and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. Woo! Did it work? Were you scared? Scared? Tell me you're scared. Hold on. Hold on. Is it working? Hold on. The gauze is falling off like it says I can't really help you and God bless him. God bless him. He's not good at this stuff. Like, there's so much crap everywhere. Especially dead flowers now. There. I feel like that's better because it was like... Hi! It's me, Dani, back with our first Halloween look of the month of October. I went with kind of my take on the Bride of Frankenstein, or the Bride. I don't know if you could tell, but there are stitches. Like, I spent time ripping apart brush bristles and tying them into itty bitty tiny little knots to stick to my face with liquid latex, and they go around my ear and back. And then, of course, on this side, I had like a Y incision as well, but I was like, the point of that, it's gonna be covered. It's gonna be covered. But here is the first look. Does it look terrifying? There you go. Hold on, let me stand back a little more. Is this better? No, I think it's getting worse. All right, guys, here it is. Let me know what you think in the chat below. The first look for the season. And I just noticed, like yesterday, that Halloween falls on a Friday this year. So our final Halloween look will take place on Halloween this year, which is, I don't know if that's happened before. It is really hot in this wig. In this gauze. I'm warning you right now, the gauze may just come off because it's pretty miserable. But what do you think? What do you think? Am I giving Bride of Frankenstein? Am I giving reanimated corpse? Oh. Deranged lunatic for a super chat of $1.99. I'm so scared I almost peed my pants. Well, next week we'll aim for you actually peeing your pants. How about that? Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Whoop, I almost knocked over my keyboard. Thank you so much, and good morning. Look at that. Good morning, nerdling ensign deranged lunatic. Thank you very much for that. All right. And good morning, or Lieutenant Penny. I believe it's Lieutenant. Is it Lieutenant? Correct me if I'm wrong. Good morning. Okay. So we got a few things to talk about today. Nothing too serious. I got this. On top of all the hair I already have, I just put all of this on there. So I'll let you guys guess what I'm doing next week. We actually need 2 more looks. I have 3 that I'm definitely doing. So this was one of them. And I realized, my gosh, we have 5 Fridays this year in October. And the last one falls on Halloween. So I should have gave her like an empress waist, but I was going for kind of like hospital gowny, you know? And there's layers because this thing is torn up. Toe up from the flow up. See, there they go. God love him. That man does not know how to wrap gauze. Okay, guys, Before we go any further, do me a huge solid and smash that like button. Subscribe if you are new. Ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of whatever this is. And consider becoming a member, because next week we start our members only watch parties, and you do not want to miss those. Those are going to be a lot of fun. Unlike our watch parties of the past, where you had to watch on your own separate device and then watch along with us, you are going to get to watch here on the YouTubes with us in live chat. So I'm very excited about that. I put up a poll last night. I haven't got to check it this morning because I've been busy turning into this. Yeah, it looks like a lot of my paint. Like, to pay no attention to from the deck down. I promise it was very pale. Anyway, I haven't got to check the poll yet, so I don't know where we're standing on that. But I gave us options. Like, do we want to watch Hercules: The Legendary Journeys for a month straight, like an episode every single week? Or do we want to alternate with another show, or alternate 4 different shows? Anyway, I haven't got to check it yet, but I will as soon as the stream's over. So we'll get into that. And yeah, that's I think that's all I've got for now. That's all the collection plate passing. And that's kind of how I'm looking at the super chats. The super chats and the memberships right now. It's kind of like passing the collection plate, because I don't get full monetization yet. I only get paid for that stuff. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it for now, until I get full monetization, which we're still like 800 hours away from full monetization. So fingers crossed we can get that soon. And then we will be giving away another hoodie. So very excited about that. DJ should have gotten his $50 gift card by now. That's pretty dope. I wonder what he gets with it. I hope he tells me. All right, let's yell good morning to everyone in the chat. We already said good morning to DL and Penny. Going to the grocery store. Pick me up some Greek yogurt, please. Plain and vanilla. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning. Who else we got? Good morning, Maria. Good morning. Good morning, the Nightwalker. Good morning, Dom. Listen, I just got married. I mean, look at me. Clearly, just congratulate me. You don't need to be rude about it. Like, seriously. What the hell? And I told them to keep the stitches small. I think they did okay. Good morning, nerdling, first class, ensign, backyard, TARDIS, my red 5 brother. Hello. Good morning, the science fiction. I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling better now that you're home. Been praying for you. Do I dress up to pass out candy? We don't really get trick-or-treats. We live out in the country, so we really don't get trick-or-treats. They don't really trick-or-treat anymore. They do that trunk-or-treat thing. They've done that for years. It's kind of boring now. Good morning, we the people. Good morning. Did I miss anyone? Sometimes I do with the new system. Okay, just in case you guys missed it, every Friday in the month of October, I do a different Halloween look. Today is, if you didn't guess it, Bride of Frankenstein. There are stitches, but the lighting is really good in here. So sometimes it's hard to see. Next week, as always, it's a surprise. You don't find out until you show up to the stream. Also, our members only watch parties start next Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are watching Hercules: The Legendary Journeys. Are we going to watch those for 4 weeks in a row? I don't know. I haven't checked the polls yet because I've been busy putting this together. So we'll find that out later. Blah, blah, blah. All right, guys, let's dive in. Let's dive in to some headlines, see what we got. There's just a couple things. It's been kind of slow. Kind of slow this week. Where's my coffee? Listen, even you see my bat wings fly. Woohoo! Wow, this thing was a lot bigger too until I bleached the hell out of it and then put it in the dryer. And then it shrunk a lot. Dave did a terrible job. He only taped it in one place. And you can't do that with gauze. I'm just saying. You can't do that with gauze. Okay. Good morning, Hunter. Yes, the new Peacemaker episode. We will get into that as well. Well, look, I'm just going to say this. So far, I prefer season 1. I do. Now, I understand there's other things going on. Okay? I understand that it's a whole different vibe and storyline and all this stuff, but it's so much emptier to me. Like, there's just not that much going on. And if it's a slow burn, it's the slowest burn ever. Now, there are some great things about it. There are some things I've enjoyed, but it just feels like you did so much better with season 1. It seemed like you were hungrier with season 1. And he has said, James Gunn has said that he didn't want to write season 2. He was not in the mood for it. He wrote it while he was on vacation and beat and exhausted. I'm like, bro, you can tell. You can tell it's a little, okay, there could be more going on. So anyway, I mean, I still liking it, but kinda, it's hard to say. Like, I'm not rewatching it like I did the first season. First season, I've rewatched that like a billion times. Love it. Absolutely love it. Second season, not so much. Not so much. And you know what? I forgot to get my little footstool. I'm going to drag that over here real quick if I... In a memento. Por favor. There we go. There's the... It's actually my Cards Against Humanity case, but please don't tell Cards Against Humanity. Okay? Okay. All right. There you go. I like it, but I don't love it. It's okay. It's okay. Like, again, it's just... Sorry, the wig. Just not enough going on for me. And yes, I did style the wig as well. I did the gray and styled it. So, in case you were wondering, that's me, baby. We the People TV, still liking it, but it's definitely a slow burn. Doesn't have the rewatchable aura of season 1. Hard agree. Hard agree. Completely agree. All right, guys. Dive in. Speaking of which, Peacemaker episode 8 is 1 hour long. It will explore alternate Earths that will directly lead to Man of Tomorrow. Now, the teaser looked amazing. This looks like they're in Candyland. Nice. Yeah. And he's also said that the season 2 finale is insane. I can guarantee it's the craziest, wildest, most insane and wonderful episode of Peacemaker we've ever produced. I'd absolutely love it if it was, because I feel like it hasn't been crazy and wild and insane so far, which the entirety of season 1 was. So it better be. I want it to blow my mind. I wanted season 2 to blow. We've waited how many years for season 2? It better blow my mind. For this kind of a wait, for this long of a wait, it better blow our minds. I'm just saying. Update on Constantine 2. Wait, no. We're not going there yet. I have other things. Other Peacemaker things. So James Gunn said that he specifically pitched Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 8 to David Zaslav and WB when pitching the entirety of the DCU. Full Nelson. That Episode 8 of Peacemaker was his pitch for the DCU. Which again, like seriously, James, which one is it? Did you not want to write Peacemaker Season 2? Were you not that into it? Or was Peacemaker Season 2 your entire vision for the DCU? I have so many questions. Why do you keep doing this to us? Stop it. PR firm for James Gunn. Get someone on him. Take the fucking phone out his hand. Now. Take it out of his hand. Thank you, Yoral de Cielo. Thank you so much. Welcome. I appreciate that. Anyway, so I guess we'll just find out when we get to next week's final episode. Again, I really, really, really hope that it blows my freaking mind, because as of right now, mind not blown. Mind a little bored. Now, the twist that and spoiler warning for those who haven't seen it yet, his dad being like the best guy ever and actually saying, come with me if you want to live. Love the Terminator Easter egg. That was wonderful. Love that his dad was actually the best dad ever, a wonderful human being, and it was Chris and Keith that were kind of like, kind of liking this Nazi stuff. But his dad was like, no. This was an accident. We're going to get him out of here. And then all of a sudden, Vigilante Squared jumps through the window and unalives him. That was horrific. In front of Chris's eyes, yet again. And then they all start attacking Keith. I mean, Keith was attacking Chris. Okay, let's be fair. They all start attacking Keith and trying to unalive him right in front of him. I gotta say, John Cena's acting was absolutely impeccable, impressive, all the things. It was absolutely incredible. Damn near brought a tear to my eye. It was a really, really great callback to what he suffered, all his trauma. He was reliving this all over again in this new world. And he's like, it's not me. He's like, it's not the world's, it's me. It's me. I bring this. So he leaves, and then of course Harcourt's like, I can't have you coming after him, and she tries to, with the, and doesn't get the chance to. They take off. He's definitely coming back. David Deadman's Keith is definitely coming back to get Chris, to get revenge. So that's going to be wild. But I definitely have to say, as much as it lacks in the mind-blowing excitement, it's really showcased John Cena's growth as an actor. I mean, absolutely incredible. Very proud of him. Very impressed. Weed the people. At least it's not complete trash. And if the landing leads to Superman 2, I'm good with that. There you go. There's that. I want to see some Booster Gold and some Blue Beetle next episode. Damn it. Like, seriously. Give the people what they want. Booster Gold. All right, guys. Moving on. There is a teaser for next week's final episode. We're going to watch it together. Again, I do not own this. This is property of DC Studios, DCU, let's do whatever, and Warner Brothers. We're just reviewing it. We're reviewing it together as a family, Because that's what families do, right? They review teasers. Okay, here we go.
There's some people here who want to visit.
No, I don't want to see them. Why? Maybe because I'm the angel of fucking death.
Oh. Hazmat suits. Because of course.
And everything we talked about is going to come to fruition.
Candyland, huh? I'm really interested in this Candyland thing. And of course, they're loading up on all the coke and money they can. Because why wouldn't you? Okay. So here's the Candyland world. Something is coming after them that they can't see. Cotton candy. What is that? I'm so curious. I wonder if we're going to get Batmite or Mixoplixi. That would be cool.
Do we even know what we're looking for?
Do we even know what we're looking for?
New ground for overpopulation.
So, John Peoples has gotten his spider skulls. The Kevin Smith spider skulls. So I'm wondering if that's how Brainiac finds them. Like, oh, there's that lost Kryptonian I've been looking for. That would be a thing. That would be a thing. Weed the people. Argus is going to release something dangerous. Deranged Lunatic says, I like how Peacemaker didn't notice there was copies of Mein Kampf. Not just the copies of Mein Kampf, okay? But the giant effing mural of Adolf Hitler on the wall. She's like, you missed that? How did you miss that? He's like, honestly, I don't know. And it's because, and I've seen people, listen, I have seen people on Twitter say it's his privilege. It shows his privilege that he didn't notice the lack of people of color and the Hitlers. And I said, no, that's not what that is. That is indicative of a very traumatized, neglected, and deprived person. This is someone who has been so severely emotionally abused and neglected his entire life that the moment he gets like a kernel of that emotional fulfillment that all human beings need to survive, he's willing to overlook, like, subconsciously. He doesn't need to see anything else. He's only seeing what he wants to because he's having that need fulfilled. It's just proof of how damaged he really is, that's all he sees. So I am absolutely not willing to hear that this is because he's actually secretly racist or it's because he's white. It's not. It's because he's severely traumatized and severely neglected and abused. That's what it is. Any woman who has been in terrible abusive relationships will tell you the exact same thing. Okay? You didn't see the red flags because you were only looking at the one thing. And that's what was going on with Peacemaker, with Chris Smith. He was only looking at that one thing, that one need he was getting fulfilled. Nothing else mattered. So he had blinders on. He didn't see those red flags. That's what was happening. Like, Harcourt is the real distraction. She's a beast, man. She really put in the work for this role. That's another thing. Jennifer Holland has really grown as an actor herself. Just saying. But this right here, this is from the Nick Cage Superman movie that never got made. If we see Nick Cage, I'm gonna riot. Maybe he's so annoyed. Not a fan of Nick Cage. Except for in one film. And that would be, was it The Extreme Burden of Massive Talent? him and Pedro Pascal. That movie's hilarious. Watch it. Anyway, I'm wondering if one, we're going to see Nick Cage. Two, if this is how Brainiac comes in the picture.
When is anything
And
ever done?
how grateful am I that Economos is still alive? Like, I really thought with all the stuff that Saul Rodriguez was posting for the last couple of days on her Instagram, I thought Economos was going to bite it. I was really worried. I was like, son of a bitch. If something happens to Economos, I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to be so mad.
Actually been
But he's
for the
okay
good
for
of the
now.
people.
Thank God. So here we go. One more episode left. We've waited like 3 years, I think, for this season, and it's just not lived up to my hype so far. So this last episode it better be amazing. Maria says, I love the Cage, Face Off, Con Air, The Rock are classics. Okay, I'll give you Face Off, Con Air, The Rock, Sean Connery. I mean, there's no fighting that. That's James Bond. James Bond. That's my Sean Connery impression. That's all I've got for you. All right, guys, if you're just popping in, do me a huge favor. Make sure you've hit the like button, subscribed if you are new, and ring the notification bell, because in October, every Friday, I'm doing a different thing for Halloween, a different look. This week, Bride of Frankenstein. I didn't have shoulder pads. And this is kind of my take on it, so leave me alone. Leave me alone. So there you have it. All right, guys, moving on. If you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about Peacemaker, end of season 2, and yes, Hunter, we just talked about how it's going to be an hour long. Leave it in the chat below. We are moving on. According to My Time to Shine, hello. And remember, with that stuff, you need to take it with a grain of salt. Very tiny grain of salt, okay? Because it's rumor. Unless it has been actually announced from the studio, it's rumor. It's a grain of salt. So, but according to My Time to Shine, hello, who is occasionally, every once in a while, accurate, that a Plastic Man project is officially in development at DC Studios. Honestly, I believe this one. It's been kind of rumored, hinted at for some time. My money's on Ben Schwartz. Ben Schwartz is perfecto for Plastic Man. Maria says all episodes should be an hour. I completely agree. It is unbelievable bullshit to make us wait 2-3 years for a season of 8 episodes long that are like 30 to 40, but no, they need to be an hour long. Okay, you want people to pay for these streaming services, make it worth it. Holy shnikes! Good morning, Tabitha, and release the celebration stream, she says, for $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I will plan that, okay? I will plan it today. I was a little busy, okay? I don't know if you can tell, but that was the wrong one. I don't know if you can tell, but I got married, of course. I mean, after I was brought back to life and my face stitched back together. See, isn't my bouquet just lovely with these random flowers I picked in Oklahoma and these lettuce flowers I picked to harvest seeds? Bride of Frankenstein. I'm supposed to curtsy. There we go. There we go. Oh no. The gauze sticks to everything. It's about to come off. This is miserable. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Tabitha. That's so kind of you. I appreciate it. I can now get a payout. Thank you. I can finally get a payout. That's amazing. I'm so grateful. So grateful. Excuses. This took hours. And I woke up an hour late because of Dave. I seriously did. It's his fault. We the people. Who wants a Plastic Man live action? I do. Next question. And apparently Ben Schwartz. Ben Schwartz has been campaigning to play Plastic Man for a couple of years now. Since they announced the DCU, Ben Schwartz is like, hi, voice of Sonic the Hedgehog, John Ralphio on Parks and Rec. Love to play Plastic Man. I'd love to. Dreaming Tabitha, you've done a lot of work these last 2 years. You earned it. Thank you. I've almost quit like 6 times. You're absolutely right. It's so much work. But you've been a really good friend and a huge shoulder to whine on and given me so much advice. And I can't thank you enough. Thank you. If you're not subscribed to Dreaming Tabitha yet, you should go do that right now. That is your homework. Right now. So many bots on Kick, man. Like a lot. So many bots. All right, guys. I'm here for a Plastic Man anything. Animated, live action, I don't care. Tabitha, who held your hand and kicked you in the butt every time you wanted to quit? You did. You did. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. I'm sorry, but I'm actually really liking this look today. Tabitha did. Dreaming Tabitha did. Go subscribe to Dreaming Tabitha, or I'll find you. Scary. Is it scary? All right. So, Plastic Man, rumored to be in development. I think it's great. It should happen. Wow. Dave really sucks at this. I should have just stapled it together. Good morning, Jesus Goat. Holy crap, that was scary. You're welcome. It was supposed to be. Okay, sorry. Bride of Frankenstein. I really love the eyebrows, though. We do. We haven't done one in a while, not since we reviewed Fantastic Four. Maybe another pro tips, like our Bob Ross one. That was fun. I enjoyed that a lot. I did. I'm always busy, okay? Harvest season is almost over. Okay, harvest season's almost over. And I only have 2 more surgeries lined up. Only 2 more. Oh, so busy. Only have 1 kid left at home that's in school. Well, kind of. Oh, and Dave is just really pushing for that too. Dave is just so excited about me doing another art party. Let me tell you, it's all he talks about. He struggled with it. My dog was terrified of me this morning. That's okay. When I turn my eyes this way, my contact is like, nope. Tiny would not look at me. Like, his eyes would get this big, and then he would turn to Dave and kind of like, pick me up. This is not okay, please. So Do it for Dave. He'll be so excited. He'll be so excited. Okay, guys, we need to move on. Okay, so as I was talking about earlier when I got distracted, that Keanu Reeves was talking to some people over Rotten Tomatoes, and they were asking him about updates on Constantine 2. And he said, fingers crossed. Another draft of the script came in. We're going to take it to the studio and hopefully they like it too. This is what I was talking about last time we talked about this, about Constantine 2. That James Gunn won't officially greenlight anything until he has a solid script. Okay? And apparently the last script they turned in, they didn't like. So they sent it back. Now, I think it was last time they had sent the script in, and I said there's a couple things that could happen. One, they could say, good, solid, go make the movie. Second thing they could say is they send it back and they say, do it again, make these changes. Or they could say, you know what, this isn't working, just kill it with fire right now. Don't do it anymore. So clearly they went with door number 2. They sent it back. They did another script, another draft of the script. And so now they're sending that back to James Gunn and Peter Safran, and then they have to flip through it, decide what they want to do, and go on from there. But nothing is greenlit until James Gunn sees a completed script and says, yes, this works. Let's go. So, DL. Okay, so I thought I explained this before, but I might have forgotten. Ollie has let nature take over, and he went out of wassailing one day and did not come back. So we think he grew up enough to go find him a lady and make other Ollies. We miss him and we wish he would come visit. Sometimes I swear we can hear him, but he doesn't come down to visit. So I really miss him and I'm really sad about it. So thank you for reminding me. Jesus' Goat says, fingers crossed, I love Constantine. I do too, but we got to face facts here. Keanu Reeves' Constantine wasn't like real Constantine. Okay, it wasn't like super. It's a good movie. His version's okay, but it's not like legit Constantine. Do I want Matt Ryan? No, I think he's overrated, and that's a hot take. That is a very unpopular opinion. Oh, these stitches are itchy. I should go outside and like check the chicken coop like this. See if anyone comes out and sees me. I think Matt Ryan's overrated. He kind of gets on my nerves after a while. I can only handle him in small doses. But I do love Constantine. I did a whole breakdown about him on the channel. So good news for you, Jesus' Goat. If you want some Constantine content, go check my channel. I got a breakdown for you. So when they leave the nest, they never called and they never write. Jesus' Goat. Matt Ryan is great. He just doesn't smoke enough cigarettes. I'd love to see Constantine 2 with Keanu be more comic accurate. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see more of that. So, good morning, Samar. And yes, I am Bride of Frankenstein. I got the stiff walk down. Like, seriously. You don't need to. That's me. Pride of Frankenstein. I need compliments on the stitches because I worked very hard on them. And I crave validation. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. Mom needs a new mic stand. Probably a new mic. Need a new one. So, let's get those hours up so I can get fully monetized. We're up to 11,050 something subscribers now, and that's just blown my mind. Blown my mind. Just saying, thank you guys. You guys are the best. You give me something to do every day. I'm this retired old lady with nothing else to do other than chickens and baked bread. So thank you. You love the contacts? Thank you. I actually have a lot of yellow and red TikToks. I have a lot of yellow and red contacts. So there was a bit of a decision-making process yesterday. My sister helped. Bless her. Bless her. Okay. So let's move on to our final topic of the day. This makes me so freaking grateful. Like, you guys know how grateful I am about this. This is from a Variety article. Wow, and it scrolled all the way to the bottom. Wait, what did I watch? Okay, so let me try this again. I'm going to exit out of that. There we go. So, last week, we were talking about, virtually every day something happens where we are forced to talk about how James Gunn needs to have his phone taken away from him because he's always saying something, and then like 6 months after he says it, he's like, oh no, you misunderstood me. So what I actually said was, like, because it's all our fault. It's all our fault that we heard it that way. He's constantly saying stupid shit. And he's either just outright lying, making shit up as he goes, or just really has no idea what he's talking about. I'm kind of leaning into the has no idea. Just has no idea. So he is not writing or directing the Supergirl movie. That is Ana Noguiera. Ana Noguiera is writing the film. Is she directing it? Or is that Greg Gillespie? Greg Gillespie is directing. So anyway, she's writing it. James Gunn isn't. He's just executive producing because he is the creative head of DC Studios. So they are adapting Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And when James Gunn was asked about the message Superman's parents sent in Superman, where they were like, we want you to reproduce a whole bunch and bring back the Kryptonian species by banging a whole bunch of human ladies. Just take over. You know, you got superpowers there. Just show them who's boss. Okay, which is not how Superman's parents really were. But James Gunn's going to James Gunn. Okay. He's kind of one of those that he says he reads a whole bunch of comics, but I think he's maybe read 5 and then he just goes with it. So anyway, this gauze is getting on my nerves. He was talking to Rolling Stone, and Rolling Stone was like, so a lot of people have questions about this message that his parents sent. Like, why didn't Kara, his cousin, Supergirl, who is there with him, say like, hey man, yeah, our people were crazy and they want you to like a lot of human ladies and make babies. Like, why didn't she say anything? And so James Gunn is like, well, how would she know? How would she know? She was a baby. Like, she doesn't remember Krypton or any of that. She doesn't remember anything. She was a baby. And I was like, what? Anyone who's read Woman of Tomorrow knows that that's like the whole purpose of that comic book, that Kara was 14 years old when Krypton was destroyed. She remembers everything. She remembers their way of life, and it eats at her. Her grief is just epic. And that's how she's able to connect with this Ruthie girl. So for months, I've been like, listen, how are they going to pull this movie off? How are they going to adapt this story when they've just wiped their ass with the main plot point? Like, what are they going to do? Thank God for Ana Noguiera, because she's talking about the film and she says she watched Krypton completely be destroyed. Yes, she did, girl. Yes, she did. I was like, I can't get my head around the version of the character that's just so sunny. When I read King's Woman of Tomorrow, I was like, there she is. Exactly. Whoop. Sorry, my shoe slid off and I have to wear shoes. That's kind of always been Supergirl's thing. If you don't believe me, go check my breakdown about her. Okay, her history. She's always been imperfect compared to Superman. She makes mistakes. She's got a little bit of a temper. She has trouble controlling her emotions because she remembers Krypton. Either Krypton or Argo City. Every version of her remembers Kryptonian culture. Period. So she's got issues, man. She's got issues. So her being just like perfect and sunny and chipper makes zero sense thematically speaking. Like from the perspective of a writer, that a human being, that makes no sense. She not only lost both of her parents, her entire family, but her whole planet. She lost all of it. Like, can you wrap your brain around that? I can't. That's crazy. Good morning, Lieutenant Loki. I've had it with Jimmy G, he says. Good morning, Lieutenant Sean Stackhouse. Oh, snap, it's Zombie Danny. Actually, I'm Bride Frankenstein. See the stitches? In the hair? Rip. And it's kind of like bridal hospital gown. And I have flowers too. See? But they get stuck in my gauze. And my gauze is falling off. There you go. It's my version of Bride of Frankenstein. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I did everything. No, he doesn't do stuff like this. Nope. Nope. He gets very stressed out when I play dress up. My favorite portrayal of the classic, Avi, Katie Nana playing the bride. I went with her eyebrows. That's my homage. And these are the scars that they had on her. And I was out of a bunch of stuff, so I had to make do with stuff I had around the house. Frankenstein's a monster. Somehow I'm having... Oh. Well, as long as it's just a hug. So anyway, Ana Noguiera confirms that, yes, Kara Zor-El remembers Krypton. She watched it get destroyed. So thank God for her. Like, seriously, shut the fuck up, James. You are not helping yourself, like, at all. You're not helping any of it. Sean says, this is definitely my favorite times of year. Fall just rules, even though Missouri doesn't feel like fall. Yeah, and it used to. When we were kids, it totally felt like fall. Like it did. And not anymore. When Noguiera started to expand her career from acting on the Michael J. Fox show and the Vampire Diaries into writing, she saw herself focusing on dialogue-driven dramas. Okay, we don't care about any of that, really. Everyone reads it as a genre, so I try, but it's not. Oh, So I started getting called in to pitch on world building fantasy and futuristic sci-fi. One such meeting was with executives at DC Studios who handed her a collection of comic books written by Tom King. Here's the thing. This is the other thing that's starting to really irritate me, is that Tom King did not write Woman of Tomorrow by himself. He wrote some of it. Okay? Mateus Lopez wrote a lot of it. There were other writers on Woman of Tomorrow. And I feel like in the last few months, those names are just disappearing. And that kind of pisses me off. Like a whole lot. A whole lot. How much? A whole lot. Okay? Justice for Mateus Lopez. So she read it. And while Noguiera doesn't regularly read comic books, she is a big fan of superhero movies. A lot of people. And it's a thing. Okay? It happens. Kind of an epidemic right now. But Supergirl hadn't ever quite made sense to her. She watched Krypton completely be destroyed, Noguiera said. I was always like, I can't get my head around this version of a character that is just so sunny. King's rougher and grittier and edgier and funnier approach, by contrast, leaned into Kara's past. When I read that, I was like, there she is. Supergirl, directed by Craig Gillespie and starring Millie Alcock as Kara, will be Noguiera's first produced feature screenplay when it debuts in June 2026, and she's already working for DC on adaptations of Wonder Woman and Teen Titans. She's also thrilled to finally have sold romantic comedy scripts. Bear. Romantic comedies. Lame. So, fuck Tom King. I'm a little mad about that. That's not okay. Sean Sacco. So she debunked what James said about her parents. Exactly. That's the whole point of this stream. Like, really, dude? Stop talking. I can't. It's getting on my last nerve. He needs to stop talking. Thank God he's not writing it, because clearly he has no understanding of the book. None whatsoever. She does, though. Clearly she read it. And this will be the first time we have an accurate Supergirl on the big screen. I love the Helen Slater film for nostalgic reasons. It is the first live action film I ever saw in the movie theater. But it was not an accurate Supergirl at all. But for him to die on that hill to say that, how would she know? She was a baby. She doesn't know. She doesn't remember. And then Anna Noguiera say, well, that's kind of the thing I like most about her, is that, she was there. She saw Krypton get destroyed, and now it's just eating away at her, making her a little rougher around the edge. She's got a chip on her shoulder. She's got trauma. And I was like, that's my girl. That's my girl. So now I have hype for the Supergirl film, because now it feels like someone who gets it, someone who actually read the book and understands the point of it, is in charge of it. Well, is at least writing it. So that gives me a little bit more hype. She is writing the script. Anna Noguiera is writing the script. Craig Gillespie is directing. But no one's talking to him. If you notice that, nobody is talking to him about the movie. They're all talking to her. Oh, you saw that too? Yay. Sean says, based on James Gunn's mouth, he's clearly not the fan he claims to be. And I have heard that a lot from people. I've heard that a lot. I have. I don't know. We'll have to look into it. But that's basically all I got for you guys today. If you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about any of our topics today, leave it in the chat below. As always, if you want to help support the channel, the easiest and freest way to do so is just by hitting that like button, subscribing if you're new, and ringing the notification bell. If you want to help in other ways, super chats are more than welcome and so helpful. This is what I call passing the collection plate. Yeah, this is how your pastors get paid. They don't get paid like hourly or anything like that. They get paid by the collection plate. So pass the collection plate, drop a buck in the super chat, or consider becoming a member of the channel. Next week, Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we kick off our Throwback Thursdays member-only watch parties with Hercules, the Legendary Journeys, and you are not going to want to miss this. This is going to be a really, really awesome time in the live chat. I'm really, really excited for it, like ridiculously excited. I haven't watched Hercules in forever, so looking forward to it. Okay. If that doesn't work for you, if you just want to drop a little tippy poo every once in a while, then we have this QR code right up there. Takes you to buymeacoffee.com/comicsandmua, and you can chip in as little or as much as you can. There's also Cash App. All of these links are in the description below. There's also Patreon, where the first Nerdling Army originated. Sorry. I apologize. I'm so sorry. A little embalming fluid. The original Nerdling Army over on Patreon. We have 3 different tiers starting as little as $3 a month. And you get exclusive outtakes, content, behind the scenes, merch, exclusive merch that you get every 3 months for the first year of your membership, chat rooms, ask me anythings, request lines, early access. So do members of the channel. Members of the channel get early access and can request breakdowns also. Everyone can request, but members of the channel and the Patreon get preferential treatment. They go to the front of the line. So if you're interested in that, go to patreon.com/comicsandnow. We also have comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. That is our merch store. And there are hundreds of designs on hundreds of products created by yours truly. That's right. I also have an Amazon page. Yeah. With lists of things like special effects, cosmetics, recommended viewing, recommended reading, skincare, even podcast equipment, even farming stuff. Like, come on now. So go check that out if you need anything from Amazon. I'm also an affiliate for several companies like, if I can get to it, Zenni Optical. See that right there? I always put the wrong one up. Zenni Optical. If you scan that QR code, it takes you to my personalized link where you can save 10% off your next pair of prescription, non-prescription, or sunglasses from Zenni Optical. They have over 2,500 different varieties of frames. I'm serious. Over 2,500. And they have this really cool UI where it will put the frames on your face so you can try them out and see how they will look on you. So that's actually really, really dope. And they have the IQ lens with Zenni ID Guard. Highly recommend. They transition to sunglasses outside. They filter out UVA, UVB, blue light, and most infrared lights, protecting your face and your digital privacy from Skynet. So highly recommend. I'll save you 10% if you use my code right there. It's also in the description below. I am also a member of the Red 5 Network. This podcast is powered by Red 5. That's right. Powered by Red 5. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators here to educate and entertain you. So if you like this podcast, chances are you're going to love more of what the Red 5 Network has to offer you. So go to red5.bio.link today to discover more of the Red 5 family of podcasts. All right, guys. Let's see what you got in the chat. Penny, I have a sore throat. Oh, no. Well, I'll be praying for you. I will be praying for you. I am so sorry. Absolutely, no one is perfect, but that dude should have learned a lesson by now. Like, seriously. He's done this so many times. Like, he opens his mouth and just waits to shove a foot into it. So, there you go. Dom, Gunn's mouth moves faster than his brain. This is very true. Red Fat Family. Backyard Charles. As a minister, I don't get paid. I guess it depends. Depends on how you minister, where you minister, and who you minister to, I guess. I was just using it as an example, Nick. I was using it as an example. All right, guys. That's all I got for you today. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. I will see you Monday. And don't forget, next week is our members only watch party and the second Halloween look for the month of October. Until then, stay spooky, my friends, and keep your eyes peeled, not only for goblins and ghouls and things that go bump in the night, but the scariest thing of all, because
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!